Hey there. Okay, welcome to our lazy review of Beetlejuice 2. Technically, it's called Beetlejuice, which is awesome. If you can't tell, I just got the shower and I bought a early access fan screening, a 7 p.m. showing, and you've watched Beetlejuice with me, and you like Beetlejuice, right?
Yeah, I think it's a great movie, great comedy.
Yeah, I mean, my God, it's been 35 years since Michael Keaton was Beetlejuice, and that's before you were born, and fuck, I'm old. And yeah, so again, you like Beetlejuice?
Oh yeah, I think it's a
Yeah.
great movie.
'Cause if you didn't like Beetlejuice as a father, I would just drown you and, just go make a new kid like Omni-Man, right? But, some people, as the internet is, they're already dismissing this, they're bitching and moaning and groaning. Look, obviously Michael Keaton is older, the man is 70, he looks fantastic for his age, and you can tell, the makeup job basically covers it up where Beetlejuice, obviously he's a ghost, he doesn't age. It's not a big friggin' deal. Now, in terms of the premise, I mean, she's your generation. Jenna Ortega is a pretty big deal, and it makes sense to have, Lydia to have a daughter. The trailer, I mean, the marketing behind this is freaking genius. Michael Keaton is doing hot ones and drinking hot sauce, and I don't expect this to be anything but a sequel to Beetlejuice. So far with the marketing, Michael Keaton and Tim Burton both said that Beetlejuice will not be politically correct, it won't be woke. And do you have any expectations walking into this?
Not really. Like the only expectation I really have is that it's good or at least decent because I'm not expecting this to be better than the original.
And that's all I'm expecting as well. This is not highbrow cinema. The first Beetlejuice has a special place in my heart. I'll even do a cheap plug. Not a cheap plug, but a friend. This guy couldn't always Sasquatch recently. He does a show called MMM. He did Beetlejuice on Monday. So many people tend to forget Michael Keaton. He has so much comedic chops. The guy did Beetlejuice, and of course, he did Multiplicity. Everyone knows him for being Batman, but Michael Keaton is funny as hell. And by all the promos and the trailers and the marketing, I'm just expecting this to be Michael Keaton at 70, doing some Tim Burton screwed up humor, and that's all it is. As long as it doesn't suck, that's the only expectation I want out of a film that, it took 35 years to get here. And all right, you ready? And let's
Yep.
go check out Beetlejuice 2. Okay, we have returned, and one thing I always like is collectibles. Let's see, we got the soda tin, and we also got the popcorn, the soda tin, soda cup. Let's see, look at that popcorn. It's a Book of the Damned, or whatever it is, Book of. So, all right, buddy, Beetlejuice 2, what is the synopsis? It's been 35 years since the first movie, and now we add this character of Monica Bellucci plays Dolores, and she wants to kill him because she's his evil ex-wife, and there's dead, and then there's dead. And apparently she's been killing ghosts in the afterlife, and the opening starts off with the dad from part one. Apparently, they couldn't cast Jeffrey Jones because Jeffrey Jones in real life he's been a naughty boy. So they handle the death of him in a very comedic fashion, and that's the entire premise of the film. I mean, Willem Dafoe was there. He plays like this undead or like dead whatever cop or something, or he's an actor. And basically, Jenna Ortega. She's playing Jenna Ortega, and she misses her dead father. Winona Ryder is Lydia. She's trying to escape Beetlejuice, but also help her daughter. Um, Questions, you know what, buddy? I have questions. We have questions. Audience has questions. Let's get into it. So, question number one off the bat is, how do we feel about the film? You know what? Did you like this film? Was it bad, terrible? What's your opinion?
I like it. I don't think it's as good as the first one.
How dare you?
I
How
think it's
dare you?
it's good. I don't think it's as good as the first one. I think this
Okay.
is good. Michael Keane's in it for a good amount of time, and I think it's just a simple comedy film for everyone to enjoy.
Well said. Okay, yes. Well, we did see a sold out theater. And, when it comes to comedies, sometimes the vibe and the audience feel adds to the movie. So, is this as good as part one? I think Beetlejuice 2, it's a decent sequel. It's pretty fun. I mean, we had a good time. The audience was laughing. And of course, I mean, Michael Keaton is just, my God, Michael Keaton. But we'll get into that with question number two. So, the two of us, we did like it. Maybe not as much as the first one, but we did have a good time. But question number two is, would we recommend that you see this film? So you watch Beetlejuice 1. Would you recommend anybody going to see Beetlejuice 2?
Yes, definitely. I would recommend anyone who has seen the first one to watch this one. And if you haven't seen the first one, watch that and then watch this one.
Yeah, same. I think it's a pretty good sequel to the first film. Maybe not as good, but I still think it's pretty good. And it's just a fun, stupid sequel to Beetlejuice. That's pretty much it, guys. So the last question, well, you know what? I didn't pay for it. I paid for your ticket. Most importantly to me, being blue collar is, do we think people should pay full price for this movie? But if you had to pay for this movie, you didn't. But if you had to pay for it, would you pay full price for this movie?
Definitely, I think I would because it's definitely a fun time, and I think the comedy really hits.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that Beetlejuice 2 is worth the price of full admission. Has Michael Keaton missed a beat? Is he still funny? Yes, guys. Just like Beetlejuice 1, Michael Keaton is not in the film a lot, but when he's there, boy, is he there. And Beetlejuice has not missed a friggin' beat. He is the star of the film. He's the best part. Nobody has any kind of like deep character development, and you know what? They don't need it. It's just a sequel to Beetlejuice. That's pretty much it. So every film I review and we review now, we have to rate. This one is no different. So I think that Beetlejuice by all accounts, is a pretty fun sequel.
It's fun.
Maybe not a great movie, maybe it could be shaved down, but just a overall fun time at the theaters. And that's all we care about, right? Let me grab Bender. Hope you guys liked our review and we didn't ramble on too much, but I think overall you will have a good time. All right. So let's head out of here and cheers.
This calls for a drink.
But beforehand, everybody, myself, we have to have this one thing called a catchphrase.
It's called a catchphrase.
We'll see you later, and he's got school, but me, I'm going back to work.